What's up, guys? Firepowa here. I wanted to make a beginner video for a lot of people out there that just started playing. I see a lot of people out there not really knowing what to do in a lot of instances when they're low level. I had somebody that I tried to get playing not too long ago, and even though they were on the recruiter friend with me, they actually had no idea what to do after I stopped playing with them. So I want to make a video, a little bit of how-to video to start. It's going to be broken up to a couple parts. As you can see, I have most level 90s already. If not, I have 85s in Cataclysm, had them up there. So first off, I'm going to go just create a new character and show you guys a little bit about each one. First off, Alliance or Horde, it's kind of obvious. All of mine have been Alliance. This has been easier. I know all the questing areas. It's easy for me to just plow right through leveling because I know all the areas. Horde's not bad at all. If you want to be a ganker, I guess, and go around and gank people, that seems like what they like to do a lot. Anyway, let's go through the classes. First off, let's go Alliance side. Human Race. Human Race is really, really good, especially for PvP. It has its own trinkets, which you have an extra slot to put extra damage in and whatnot. Has a little bit extra increased spirit and bonus to reputation gains, which later on in the game make quite a big difference. Okay, and then Dwarf. They're okay. Not really that anything good about them, but they can be Shaman, which only then Draenei can be. Night Elf is pretty good. You have a Vanish, a 2-minute Vanish, more or less, where you fade in shadows. It's Shadow Meld, and you can just use that and dodge like a Chaos Bolt or some kind of like a damage, or you can just get out of combat really quick and mount up and run away if you wanted to. Gnomes are right. They have I think it's called Escape Artist. Yeah, it may escape from speed altering effects. It's really good for PvP also. Draenei, they're okay. I'm not a fan, but they have a little bit of a heal. I think it heals them for like 10%, 15% of their health over 10 seconds or so. And then they have a jewel crafting increase. Working are pretty cool. They have a 1% increased crit damage, and I mean, can periodically move quickly, which is I think it's a 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 50% increase in speed to run. Paladin can be both Horde or Alliance. You get to choose at level 10, I think it is, when you leave the starting area. They're pretty good. They have a 4-second paralyze on the Paladin. I think it has a 2-minute cooldown. They have twice as long rested experience and bouncy. You take half as much falling damage. Let's go. Orc is really good, PvP wise. You kind of have your own little trinket. Main Rage increases your damage. It's kind of like a trinket and can be combined with them, I believe. Resistance to stun effects. I think it just reduces the amount of time you spend stunned for 10%, 15%. Still pretty good. They're good hunters also. Damage done by pets increased. Undead are really powerful. They have World of Forsaken, which can remove fear, sleep, and charm effects from them. Cannibalize is a really good one too. You can see, may eat corpses. It's pretty cool. After you kill somebody, you can go down and just like nom nom on their bodies to regain your health. It's a pretty sweet ability. Tauren, you get a little war stomp that stuns them for, I think it's 1 second, 2 second, but it does have a cast time, and I think it's a little bit extra health too. I think it's 5% extra health. Trolls are pretty sweet. You get to talk like a Jamaican. And they kind of have a little trinket thing going on with them too. They have a increased attack speed. I'm not sure how much it is though. Blood Elves have an AoE silence. I think it lasts for 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds, somewhere around there. It does have a cooldown. I'm not sure what it is. And lastly, Goblins, which they have some pretty cool little talents with them. They can rocket jump, which is kind of like a disengage, like that hunters have. And then they can shoot rockets at people, which I believe those two share the same cooldown. And you also get vendor discount, which is pretty much being like exalted with the faction that you're buying something from. A little bit of haste increase. I don't think it's very much, maybe 1%. Alright, so now we're going to look at the classes. I just went ahead on the human. It doesn't matter right now. I'm just going to show you what the classes are. Starting off, the easiest ones that I would say would be playing are the warrior, the hunter, and probably the rogue. Would be the easiest ones that you're going to start off with. Death Knight's really easy to level also, but you can't have one until you have a level 55 character. So unless you have one of those, obviously you're not going to be able to make one. So let's start off. Warrior, you're going to have mail armor when you start off, so you're going to automatically take less damage from physical attacks, and later on you get plate. They have 3 fighting stances, it says down here, but it's not... I mean, you're really only going to use one. You're going to be using battle stance. I think they nerfed berserker stance. It really doesn't make any sense to ever be in there. Other than that, they're really good. They don't have a lot of downtime at all. They're going to... I don't remember what level it is, but you get Victory Rush, which after you kill somebody, you can get a 20% heal on the next target you hit for like 20 seconds. It's really good. Warriors are very easy to level. Very, very easy to take on multiple enemies at one time also with sweeping strikes and a lot of their cooldowns. Next one, Paladin. You can be a couple different things as Paladin. You could be a damage dealer, which I find a little boring, and there's only like 3 buttons you get to push until later on when you get to pop cooldowns and kill something in like 2 seconds. That doesn't start until like level 70 some when you get your Avenging Wrath. But it's okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's really, really easy to level as a tank, as a Paladin. So once you hit level 15, if you get a shield and stuff, you go Protection, I believe it's called, on the Paladin one, and like you just kill everything. You'll never die. It's really easy to level them as a tank, but damage-wise, it's not very fun. Healer, if you want to level as a healer, you can't really quest by yourself. It's going to take a lot longer, and it's not going to be as much fun. But you can do it. They have a lot of cooldowns. Cool cooldowns. Yes, that's exactly what I meant to say. That you can use. They're pretty cool. Hunters, like I said, probably the easiest class to level. You have a pet that's going to take just the majority of the damage, if not all of it. Look, it even says down here, good at leveling solo. But so easy. You can tame tons and tons of different pets. You can be 3 different specs as a hunter. Beast Mastery is probably going to be your best one to play when you're leveling up solo. It's so easy. And your pets, all the different ones, give you different abilities that other classes would have, and you wouldn't have them without. Like 5% crit chance. So I'm pretty sure one of them gives you like the stamina. You get mastery off one of them. It's really cool. Next one is going to be Rogue. Pretty easy to level also, because you can sap people, you can like stealth in and out of combat. Yeah, you can vanish. It's really good. It's pretty easy. They do a lot of damage at lower levels. Right now, they're not the best at level 90, but they are getting a buff in the next patch. So if you wanted to play one, it'd be a good time to start now too, to get them up to level 90. But very easy to level. Priests, on the other hand, they are not that easy to level up until like the later levels. You can level as... They have 2 healing classes, Holy and Disciplined, and then they have 1 damage dealing class, which is Shadow. Shadow does a lot of damage later on, but it's really, really boring in the lower levels. I mean, if that's what you want to be, go for it. But I'm going to warn you, it's kind of boring until you get to later levels and you actually unlock different abilities. Your main thing's going to dot somebody, then Mind Flay, and then Mind Blast when you can. It's okay. I'm going to go down here to Dwarf to show you the Shaman real quick. Shaman are really cool. Elemental is not very good right now in the 90s. At 90s for PvP. PvE-wise, I'm really not sure. But leveling, they're alright. You can be a healer, which are really good if you want to level through the instances. You can be damage as elemental, which you cast spells, or you can be damage dealing, which is what is called enhancement. Yes, you can dual wield like this guy has, 2 fist weapons. It's pretty good. You get to summon wolves, and it's fairly easy, I believe, to level. I don't think there's very much downtime with him also. Mages, they're okay to level. They're not really fun. You're only going to be using a couple abilities all the way up until like level 90 or 85, 90 when you actually, you know, get the cool ones. They're okay to level. They're really overpowered right now at level 90 though, so if you want to power through the leveling and get one up there, it's a good choice, but I'm going to tell you that it's kind of boring. Warlocks are really fun. They get a ton of different cool abilities to use. They have an insane amount of defensives right now, and when you're actually geared, they have an obscene amount of health also. Like, I've seen Warlocks with over 500,000 K health in PvP gear. It's ridiculous. They can hit really, really hard, or they can dot you up and just drain your life away, which is pretty cool. They have demons. They have different ones. As a Warlock, unless you go Demonology spec, they're really not going to be taking a lot of the damage when you're leveling. They're fairly easy to level once you hit around like the 30 to 40 level mark, but until then it's kind of it's okay. I think it goes a little slow. Monks are the new class. They're really cool. They have a lot of mobility to them. They're okay to level, but I think without the heirloom gear it'd be really painful and you really wouldn't be doing very much damage. Like I said, they're okay. The easiest way to level them up would be the tank spec at level 15, Brewmaster. But like I said, I wouldn't recommend it for like beginner classes or beginner players. Alright, we're gonna go back to Night Elves since they can be druids. Druids are really cool. They can be tanks, which they can shapeshift into cats or bears, or if you go into it, you can like this big owl creature that moonfire spams the crap out of people. Or you can be a healer, which you can turn yourself into a little tree. They're fairly easy to level also if you go, I think Feral would be the easiest way to level, or Guardian if you want to tank instances. It's pretty easy. They're pretty versatile too. They can survive a lot. Say if you're Feral and your tank dies, you can go to Guardian real quick, and most of the time you can outlast, you know, whatever it is that's killing you, in the lower level instances anyway, that killed the tank, and have a chance to survive and not wipe the group. And then lastly, DK, my class that I play. Like I said, they are extremely easy to level. They hit hard as hell, and you can go, even if you go Blood spec, which is the tank spec, you can level as that and still level extremely fast. You can use a lot of diseases, and they hit really hard. And they're going to get a couple buffs in the next patch for Unholy. I'm not really sure if that's going to make it to where I want to play it still, but it's hopefully going to be a viable spec also. Alright, well, thank you for watching this part. I'm going to be putting up the next parts about the professions and everything like that, and probably through the first couple levels to get everybody started, which seems to be the most confusing for most people. It's really easy, and I'll show you how to do it in my next video. Peace out, guys.